Chennai are out of the race. Punjab want to stay in the race. And for you to stay ahead of the race in the world of Fantasy 11s, we've got Tom Moody joining us on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo for Chennai versus Punjab. It's match number 53. As always, we begin with a pro tip. Expect Gayle, Rahul and Chris Gayle to turn it on as it is a must-win game for Punjab. Easy pro tip, isn't it, Tom?
Look, it's very easy. They know exactly what's ahead of them. But again, they know that Chennai have already upset a couple of teams since they've shown that they're out of the tournament. But, you know, Chris Gayle has stepped it up for a few games now. It's Gayle Rahul is the one, I think, he's scored runs, but he just needs to increase that strike rate, which I'm sure he's aware of.
As MS Dhoni said in one of those recent press post-match presentations, he said, well, of course, we want to stay relevant. So hopefully Chennai will try and put up a performance that might trouble Kings 11 Punjab's party. But for now, let's give you a quick update on player availability. There is no official news yet on whether Mayank Agarwal will be fit or not to play this game. So to make sure you remember that when you make your team. Just a quick update on the rules as well. Please note that every user on My 11 Circle has 100 credits available to form the team. Each player has been assigned individual credit values and users have to pick players from 4 categories: bowlers, batsmen, all-rounders and wicket-keepers, with a maximum of 7 players from one particular team allowed. We are going in with the universe boss Chris Gayle as our captain, with 276 runs in 6 innings so far at a strike rate of 140. This man has had a tremendous impact on his team's fortunes in the second half of the tournament, with at least a leg spinner and a left-arm spinner in the Chennai lineup. Expect fireworks and a ton of points for you from Chris Gayle. Gayle Rahul shall be our vice-captain. With 641 runs in his pocket, expect the skipper to deliver the goods in what is a must-win game for Punjab. He scored 63 the last time these two teams met. So Chris Gayle, Gayle Rahul, the captain, vice-captain. Ambati Raidu is part of our top picks. He scored 30 plus in 7 out of his 10 innings this season, and that includes a 50. So that makes him a very good pick for your Fantasy 11. Shane Watson is there as well after a series of low scores at the start of the season. Watson has come back into form in that game against Punjab. His highest score this season came against Punjab, and we're backing him to repeat that feat in this game as well. Chris Jordan, the last name on our top picks, we're picking him on current form. His 8 wickets so far this season have come in the last 5 games. He may seem a touch expensive, but that shouldn't matter because he's likely to get wickets for you, especially at the death. So Chris Gayle, Gayle Rahul, Ambati Raidu, Shane Watson, Chris Jordan. Tom, we've picked a few on pedigree and a few on current form. What's your take?
Yeah, look, I think all good options. Clearly, Chris Gayle is the standout there with his recent form. Quite unlucky the previous night to fall one short of 100, yet another 100. But Raidu also in some form. And, someone like Shane Watson, it's interesting, he's a bit like Chris Gayle, is that there's potentially one big one left before he says goodbye.
Right, we are yet to say goodbye on this show because we have to show you our 11. But first, let's take a look at the differential picks. A couple of them. Ruturaj Gaikwad, the star that will shine through a lot in the coming years. Now, he's got temperament, skill, attitude, form and a smile on his face. Not that the smile should matter, but looks like he's in a good zone. Back-to-back 50s in the last couple of games. Promises a lot more from him. As a differential pick, he will not cost you too many credit points and he will look to play a long innings, which means more points for you. Ravi Bishnoi is the other differential pick. He has not been intimidated by big hitters this season and he's picked up 12 wickets so far at an impressive economy of just over 7. He does well in the middle overs and that should make sure that you win a lot of points through wickets that Bishnoi picks. So Gaikwad and Bishnoi, the two differential picks. Now let's take a look at our 11. The 2 wicket keepers, Gayle Rahul, Nicholas Pooran. We've got 4 batsmen, Chris Gayle, the captain, Ambati Raidu, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Shane Watson. 2 all-rounders, Ravindra Jadeja and Sam Curran. And we're going in with 3 bowlers in Ravi Bishnoi, Chris Jordan and Deepak Chahar. But if you look at our substitutes, Mohammad Shami, Mayank Agarwal, a question mark on his fitness. MS Dhoni is there and so is Murugan Ashwin. Would you tweak anything to our lineup, Tom?
Yeah, one thing I would consider is Mohammad Shami. I think he's been really the backbone of Kings 11's bowling. So he's definitely one that's worth consideration. He's taken wickets early on in the power play. You know that he's going to bowl at the back end of the innings, so he could be in for some wickets. He's definitely one to consider. I do like both Jadeja and Curran as the 2 all-rounders, both very busy cricketers and both in form. So expect plenty of points from both of them.
Right. So if you are excited about the prospect of having Shami in your lineup, you can. The alternate scenario is that in place of Chris Jordan, you can break Shami in. So think about that. But guess what? We've got something more for you to think about. That's the high risk 11. Let's take a look.
So I've made 4 changes to the team. The informed players are out. Chris Gayle goes out. Everybody's going to pick him. So I've picked MS Dhoni instead. I think he's going to bat at number 4 like he batted in the last game. Could be his last game. Never know. So I think he's going to get in most of the runs. Murugan Ashwin comes in for Shane Watson. Watson is up and down. You never know if he plays or not. Form is also up and down. So Ashwin is a better fantasy potential. Shami comes in for Ravi Bishnoi. Again, a bigger fantasy potential. Ravi Bishnoi is not among the wickets and Shami is. Glenn Maxwell comes in for Ruturaj Gaikwad. Everybody's going to pick Gaikwad at the top of the order. So Maxwell is bowling as well. He could get in among the wickets as well. So he is in my team. Captain and vice captain, I've changed to Rayudu and Sam Curran. Rayudu primarily because Kings 11 bowlers are not performing. Kings 11 are under pressure. They don't perform well under pressure. So I think he will come good. Sam Curran is similar. He could come batting up higher the order, potential for wickets, a great fantasy asset. So he is my vice captain as well. So this is my high risk 11.
Right, there you are. Then you've got to figure which route you want to take. The more measured, based on data, analytics, research. So that's what we've done with our 11, and you heard from Tom as well. Or do you want to go the radical way with the high risk 11? Think of all that. Get your teams ready. Win lots of prizes. For now, thanks so much, Tom Moody, for joining us on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo.